And howdy everybody, B Junior here back in the cave. Gonna do a movie review for you today. This isn't a screener review or anything, but it is on the new Ty West horror film, little creepy ghost hunting story called The Innkeepers. Just got this Blu-ray 2 days ago, popped it in the middle of the night last night, and was totally sucked in, watched it from beginning to end, viewed all the special features. There's not a whole lot of special features on the Blu-ray, but we'll get to that soon enough. Ty West, young filmmaker that's been around for a few years now. He's made a few films under his belt. You can IMDb him. Cabin Fever 2, which he's disowned. It was messed around by the producers. But more importantly, he's done some other low-budget independent films. But most notably, in the last couple of years, he did House of the Devil, slow burn cult movie that was out and really kind of shocked me. This one's really one of those that you have to pay attention to, and really paid off in the end. The finale of this one's great. Really enjoyed this film. It's like a throwback film to the 80s. It's set in the 80s and really has that look and feel of an old VHS movie. But he really made a splash with that film, and now this is basically his sophomore or junior effort that's out on the home video line now from Dark Sky Films. The Innkeepers, starring Sarah Paxton, Pat Healy, and Kelly McGillis. Yes, you heard it right. Kelly McGillis from Top Gun fame from yesteryear. Kelly McGillis, she's been around for a while, and it took me a while to recognize Kelly in film. Nicely put, by the way. Didn't recognize her right off the bat until I got to looking at the credits on the back here. Let's dive right in. The Innkeepers is overall a decent film. Probably right on par, I would say, with House of the Devil. Probably doesn't make quite that much of an impact. It's set in modern times, but it does have that look and feel, that really kind of cold, drab feel that House of the Devil had. And it's kind of a slow burn in the beginning. There's some funny stuff. There's some jokes cracked here and there. It basically centers around two main characters, really three characters. The girl and the boy, the girl and the guy that are closing down this old school hotel for the weekend. It's last weekend that's going to be open. The owners of the hotel are away on vacation, and they've kind of left them in charge of the whole entire hotel. It's only 3 floors high, and the top floor is closed down. And they're just kind of the skeleton crew, quote unquote, keeping it open until they knock the pilot light out. So basically, it centers around them. And kind of a side subplot to the movie that comes into more play later in the third act of the film. The guy of the duo, he's basically doing a website on ghost hunting for the hotel, which he's kind of just dabbling with, and that's one of the things I need to stop and say. This isn't a ghost hunting film, really. It is, but it isn't. They don't really beat you over the head with the ghost hunting lingo like Ghost Hunters TV show, and when you think ghost hunting too, don't think Paranormal Activity, don't think any of those films or anything like that, Quarantine or any of those films. It's nothing like that. No first-hand held camera work, first-person camera work, anything like that. It's a regular movie, but it builds suspense slowly, and it's like I said, it really starts kicking into high gear. It doesn't take quite as long as House of the Devil. Probably about the end of the first act, you start seeing some things happen around the hotel, ghost-wise, that are done really well. Ty West's approach is kind of like the old school Carpenter approach. It's more about what people don't see rather than what you put in front of their faces to see. Don't be afraid to scare them every once in a while with some gory stuff, but give them some suspense. Keep them off kilter. That's what this movie does really well. Let me set the stage a little bit too. I've been stressed out this week over some stuff going on at work here and there, and I was real keyed up last night. It was Friday night. I was real keyed up. So I got up about 1 o'clock in the morning. I popped this in the Blu-ray player here in the man cave, closed the door, turned all the lights out, of course. I was sucked in, guys. I'm not going to say it's going to change horror forever, but it's a really good follow-up to House of the Devil because I couldn't stop watching it. Really good little film. Builds suspense really well. I don't want to tell you too awfully much about it because I want you to, if you're a horror fan, I want you to at least view it, draw your own conclusion. Some people may like it, some people may not. Me personally, I like the film. He did a really good job with it. Much in the same vein, it's a homegrown effort, just like House of the Devil. Even probably on a little smaller scale than House of the Devil because you're only in that one main location throughout the whole entire movie. So From what I understand from some of the special features from the House of the Devil DVD from a couple years ago, this I think is either based on the hotel or it is the hotel that they stayed in while they were filming the House of the Devil, and they went back to this hotel and filmed the movie there. I'm thinking that if I'm wrong, correct me. Leave me a comment below. But they used this location, this little hotel that they stayed in during the production of the other film, as the basis of this film, and due to some personal experiences that the crew had on that prior production. So what they did was they built this story about these two kids that are basically closing it down for the weekend. Some eerie stuff starts happening about end of the first half hour of the movie, and then it just kind of starts picking up, gradually getting more activity as the movie goes on. Kelly McGillis comes into play later in the film as it's kind of like life imitating art. I shouldn't say this because it's really kind of harsh sounding, but she plays the role of a washed up actress who is basically staying there for the weekend because she's in town for a convention of metaphysics or something of that nature, where she's later in life, after her acting career, she became really in touch with the psychic side of her being or something, however she explains it. Basically, she's a psychic now, and she comes into play later giving the girls some advice when she starts getting freaked out about some of the ghost sightings and things in the hotel. Not going to go into too many details about that because there are some eerie little visuals in the movie. It's not overly gory, and there's only one use of profanity in the whole entire movie. That being said, there is some blood, but it's not Day of the Dead gore. It's in no way, shape, or form. It's probably even a little bit less gory than House of the Devil, and it wasn't even that gory too. So keep that in mind. But with that being said, and only one use of the F word in the movie, it could have been a PG-13 fanfare basically. But a lot of times if you give it the PG-13, it makes people shy away from it. There are some violent images in the movie too, so I can kind of see why it got an R, but it's right there on the edge. It could have went either way with the rating, so don't let the rating kind of fool you. I would say as long as your mid-range kids from about 13 to 18, if they've got good wits about them, they're not going to be dissuaded from the film. I think they could get away with seeing it if you're parents, if you're worried about an R rating or something like that. But overall, special features on the Blu-ray, commentary with writer, director, editor. He wore all the hats on this one again, guys. Ty West. Producers Peter Falk. No, I didn't say the F word. It's P-H-O-K. And Larry Fessenden, I think that's how you say it. And second unit director, sound designer Graham Resnick. Also another commentary track, writer, director Ty West. Stars Sarah Paxton and Pat Healy. I spot checked that one. It's interesting, kind of fun. I'm not too much of a commentary guy, but it is there if you want to listen to it. They do have about a 10 to 15 minute featurette called The Innkeepers behind the scenes and the trailer for the film. That's really all I want to say about the story-wise or anything like that. I know it's kind of a roundabout way. I can honestly say it had me looking when I was going down the hallway, going back to the bed last night about 3 in the morning when I got finished. It had me looking around the closet doors and stuff like that, because it's one of those, sort of like when I came home from seeing Insidious. I was in the bathroom, I checked behind the shower curtain and stuff like that, just making sure. You never can tell. But anyway, I say it's a good sophomore junior effort right after House of the Devil. Not a bad film. Probably if you're worried about dropping because it doesn't have tons of special features on the Blu-ray. If you're worried about the price of the Blu-ray, give it a Netflix, give it a rental first. If you like the film, I'd say go out and definitely get the Blu-ray. I'm not sure if the DVD has the same special features on it, or if it's just a bare bone edition. But I would go for the Blu-ray. Blu-ray looked pretty good. I'd give it about a 7.5 out of 10. It's not the knock your socks off quality, mainly because I think that's what he was going for. There's a little bit of grain in there, but it's not a badly filmed movie. It's really filmed well. The sound editing's good. The editing's done well. The scene editing. It's just a great, good little creepy ghost story. I'll just leave you like that. I recommend it. I liked it. If you guys don't like it, leave me a comment below. Tell me, comment on it. That's why it's fun to do these videos, so everybody can give their reasons why or why not they support a film. But I say support it because it's another good effort in the ever-diminishing world of horror films and the sea of remakes that we're all wading through nowadays. And hopefully that's going to fizzle out soon. there are some good ones that are starting to slip in again. So I say support this one if you can. Get a copy of the Blu-ray, DVD, or at least rent it first, see if it's your cup of tea. It's been your rundown on The Innkeepers by Ty West. Rock on, guys. I'll catch you next time. Bye.